On the news tonight, FCT administration rescues a man from committing suicide in Abuja. NTA, Abuja and FCT Police Command to synergize on better services to the residents. And Nigeria marks Audiovisual Day with a focus on cultural and linguistic diversity of the society. Hello and welcome to NTA Channel 5 News at 7. I am Miriam Emekamadi. In line with the vision of the FCT Minister of State, Ramatu Tijani Aliu, FCT Administration Social Development Secretariat says it will not relent in its determination to rid the territory of all forms of destitute, as well as ensure that humanitarian services are provided to those in need of it. The Acting Director of Social Welfare Services of the Social Development Secretariat, Malam Sani Rabe, affirmed this when his enforcement team rescued a man from committing suicide in Abuja. Ifeanyi Ezumba has details.
Mr. John was residing in Lagos, but when his rent expired, he could not renew, so he decided to come to Abuja since he has a house in Kabisa. On arrival in Kabisa, he discovered that the house had been demolished. Devastated, hopeless and stranded, he became demoralized and resorted to taking his own life before he was rescued by a good Samaritan.
First on Wednesday, I tried to cross express 5 times. At the 5th time, the driver just crossed me on the side. So people come to my rescue. I narrated my story to them. They took me to Igotle, paid 2,000 naira, and bought me 200 naira banana and left.
Acting Director, FCT Social Development Secretariat Social Welfare Services, Malam Sani, who affirmed that he received call from Human Rights Radio, rushed to the scene to rescue the man, said that for the past 4 days, the man had not had any food to eat.
A gentleman beside Human Rights Radio who attempted to commit suicide several times. They say he had been there for about 4 days. Anytime he went there, he used waterproof, cover his head, move beside any parked vehicle, and he will be beside the passenger side so that the driver will not notice him. Would attempt any time the driver attempt to drive his vehicle, he will match him. All he wanted was just to end his life.
Malam Rabe also informed newsmen that Mr. John Alabi will be taken to the hospital for rehabilitation. The team also arrested destitutes and mentally challenged persons. Ifeanyi Ezumba, NTA.
In government's quest to deliver its mandate of credible services to the people of the Federal Capital Territory, interagency collaboration amongst service providers is key to getting results. This came to the fore as the General Manager NTA Channel 5 Abuja, Ayo Adewuyi, led management of the station on a courtesy call to the new Commissioner of Police, FCT, Babaji Sunday. Ilyasu Onoti Yakubu reports.
A salute, bright smiles, a warm handshake, and signed dotted lines. These are vital recipes to a strong synergy. And this is what the management of NTA and police in the FCT are strengthening to enhance better service delivery to residents. Information and security is key to the growth and development of a people, and these two issues were the center of discourse.
Channel 5 Abuja is the gateway to all network programs of the NTA. If there is any breakdown in NTA Channel 5, no network programs can go on. No program of the NTA can go on network, which means nobody can see any program all over the country. That tells you how critical NTA Channel 5 Abuja is.
General Manager.
The 28th Commissioner of Police in the territory, Babaji Sunday, says the collaboration is key to the success of the police campaign against negative elements to security in the nation's capital. Call the Police, a security check program running on the live service of NTA Channel 5 Abuja, provided feedback mechanism for the police command, and CP Babaji Sunday says the command hopes to take the initiative beyond its present advantage.
Police, but you have been of immense help to the command by projecting our image, our activities, our achievements. You have been doing it right from time. I don't know whether I would be selfish to say it's like government to government. Yes.
Thank you for coming. We receive your messages with all sense of responsibility and will expedite action on them for the progress of the FCT, were the last words in the exchange of pleasantries. Ilyasu Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
It has become one too many avoidable deaths due to recalcitrant nature of residents towards the use of pedestrian bridges and Lube access. The Divisional Police Officer, Lube CSP Ugochukwu Hebu, re-echoed this and other issues during the security check program on NTA Channel 5 Abuja.
The Divisional Police Officer, Chief Superintendent of Police Ugochukwu Uhegbu, highlighted some of the activities posing as threat to lives and property in Lugbe and other parts of the airport road, to include activities of motorcyclists due to their recklessness, as they also ply the highways without caution.
Several of them, they are already, right as we're talking, are being prosecuted. So that's why I said, if you are a victim, please call the police.
He said pedestrian bridges are specifically designed for the safety of pedestrians, taking note of residents, especially at Berger Junction, who take such risks without minding the consequences.
Very comfortable with, not following due process. The word, shortcuts, okay. You see, is faster. And you equally have individuals who may have the fright of heights. Okay. Using the pedestrian bridge may not be an option because they are frightened to use the pedestrian bridge. But crossing the road at the expense of their life, knowing fully well that they could cause a problem for the road user who is moving to the airport, you see. From my own point of view, I stand to be corrected that I see this as an attempt, a suicide attempt.
Callers on the program are still pleading with security agencies to put an end to activities of scavengers, fake revenue collectors, as well as swan chance syndicates still on the prowl. Words of encouragement from the DPO is for the residents to cooperate with the police, as proper synergy will nip crime in the bud. Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
Away from security, figures from the Nigerian Center for Disease Control and CDC as of 26 October 2021 indicates 28 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT. The number of the confirmed cases stands at 23,177, while active cases now 1,991, and the number of discharged cases stands at 20,968, and 218 deaths have been recorded in the FCT. Now, Occupational Therapy Day is an international day set aside to awake the consciousness of some professionals who need to take out time in their busy schedules to rest and socialize. Rosemary Motaleng-Bilal has details.
Occupational Therapy Day is also observed to access a profession within the healthcare, particularly those with hazardous tendencies. An expert in physiotherapy explains that occupational therapy is the treatment of injured patients through the therapeutic use of everyday activity, which also helps the patient develop, recover, improve, as well as maintain the skills needed for daily living.
Occupational therapy is an aspect of healthcare that helps people with physical skills and cognitive problems. My advice to organizations, media houses, is that there must be a time of refreshing.
Patients who require physiotherapy speak.
Na stroke, I be with for meantime.
My son has had a brachial plexus injury from birth. We have been going for therapy since 2 weeks after delivery.
Profession like journalism is one with occupational hazard, where an individual could encounter difficulties and stress, as well as lack the opportunity to participate in leisure.
It is a very tricky one for the profession, and it can only be assuaged by the deliberate effort of the person himself, so that as the pressure mounts, you still are able to find some means of escape in the midst of that pressure.
For this International Day, it's very important because it provides us that opportunity to be aware of the need to always create time to take care of your body and soul, because it is important to your productivity.
They all advise professionals, especially those with busy schedules, to separate work and personal life. Rosemary Molteleng Bilal, NTA News.
And as Nigeria joins the rest of the world to mark the audiovisual heritage, it brings to mind the importance of audiovisual, which is an affirmation of a collective memory and valuable source of knowledge, reflecting the cultural, social and linguistic diversity of the society. Ifeanyi Zumba in this special report examines how audiovisual helps people to grow and comprehend the shared world.
The World Day for Audiovisual Heritage takes place every 27th October. This commemorative day was chosen by the United National Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization in 2005 to raise awareness of the significance and preservation risk of recorded sounds and audiovisual documents. This day provides an occasion to raise awareness of the need to take urgent measures and to acknowledge the importance of audiovisual documentation.
Throughout history, there have been one form of communication or the other. But when radio was discovered, because radio was discovered before television, it extended the frontiers of communication, humanity worldwide. That one of the gains we made in Nigerian democracy is the expansion of the freedom infrastructure, the expression of free speech, and telling the world what you want them to know at a speed unknown to history. So I think the World Audiovisual Day is worth celebrating because it is glad that humanity can listen to themselves. You could see yourself, you could see your neighbor, you could see somebody talking from a distance part of the globe. So the world becomes a global village.
This year's theme, Your Window to the World. Audiovisual materials and documentary heritage objects provide window to the world as we observe events we cannot attend. We hear voices from the past who can no longer speak, and we craft stories that inform, entertain, and educate. Audiovisual content plays an increasingly vital role in our lives as we seek to understand the world and engage with our fellow being. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Zumba, NT News.
Glow Bracketed Plus Plus is here, and every day is now Christmas. Existing Glow customers will get 400% bonus on every recharge and 100 MB data bonus on first recharge of the month. New customers will get an unmatched 1,000 Naira welcome bonus. To activate, buy a new Glow SIM today or dial *777# for existing Glow customers.
And the sports scene, Super Eagles head coach Gernot Rohr now has an additional 5 players to solidify his team as the Confederation of African Football CAF increases squad list per team to 28 players. Let's join Favor Aminu for more on Sports Brief.
Minister of Youth and Sports Development Sunday Dari has ordered immediate dissolution of the Nigerian Basketball Federation NBBF Skater Committee headed by Musa Kinda ahead of the federation's elections. In football, the Confederation of African Football (CAF) has increased the number of players per team ahead of the 2021 African Cup of Nations in Cameroon from 23 to 28 players, as Super Eagles head coach Ganotro now has an additional 5 players to build his team. Also, coach of Confined Football Club of Oyo in Akwa Ibom State, Remy Amadi, has been slammed with a global ban of 2 years from all football-related activities by World Football Governing Body FIFA. He was found guilty of attempting to manipulate the outcome of a match 7 years ago. Elsewhere, Serene Wingman heaped praise on England forward Ella Turner after a hat-trick headlined a 10-0 World Cup qualifying win over Latvia on Tuesday. The Lioness maintained their 100% start in the qualifiers for the 2023 World Cup when cruising to victory in Riga. In boxing, Gerald Anderson's reputation as the future successor to Tyson Fury will be at stake when he fights in front of a huge American audience. Anderson was showcased on the Fury vs. Wilder tribute as he stopped Vladimir Tereshkin in the second round for his 10th win, all by knockout, but he will now take another sizable step towards becoming a heavyweight star. With Sports Brief, Favor Aminu, NTN News.
Glow Bracketed Plus Plus is here, and every day is now Christmas. Existing Glow customers will get 400% bonus on every recharge and 100 MB data bonus on first recharge of the month. New customers will get an unmatched 1,000 Naira welcome bonus. To activate, buy a new Glow SIM today or dial *777# for existing Glow customers.
And just before we go, remember to get vaccinated while adhering strictly to COVID-19 safety protocols. And that's the news in English. Translation is next. Stay with us.
Wana mpresisu ayuba no wagwa na baji gai wo shawa dai wo kisina minister Zaza Yaramatu Tijani Aliyu owo bayanu avi gwamnati bagbatu boy sido na gwamnati atinde ba ajeyi baje nge anya bayi kisina shimi alabakun ya zanagmai ye malam Sani Rabi wono bai dai lonu sanu owo atinde shi bai gi zaho ya ngo bai ye wa wuwen ifanya zumba wa dai nge nga bo lolo umwa baje baba mi ba shi zakwaci wa nga wo ba wuwa international gebo gwamnati ta ce ga palo kwaji abepya ba ba san ba de ni shi bala pitala na ba alle ba ma ba shi ba ta ye ba shi lo gwamnati tutunu kwaji atutunu manai ga oko aza mbwa isido na gwamnati atete shi aje ekizi da ye no shi bo nko ba be eyi anabegi ekizi da ekwen abebwa ayoga esanu enti esapagun atnu eyi zanagmanje ayo adewongi nado wa atete majin be lo ngbi gwamnati ge abusibida azanagma ekinse ya wa atete ba wewe na bo shibe gai Elias Onute Yakubu wada inga abusibida zanagma yekwe babaje Sunday wela ya zego abwa baba wenga inga zakna tutunu ton ya mwa ayikin yekwe abwa atnajenu bayi anabagi ajesida inga eyiki iye la wasudo na ayin gbedogun akin aje yi pa nge ayin gbedogun anabagi bedada na ajejeluko anabagi bedagwoga yi ifanyo zimba wada inga yi pe abokoko ye che ye aboshe babe zin bai zanzan owu na ajejeluko she jimbe mananu nkono wuyi aba akoko kweche kwe wuyi enge abie dado nkuni ukoto gole ya zaba amu bede na ajin ai bedogun kwe pa inpe bo kwe magbaje anabayi kuze be jado wo so shekwa gife yi won fi na gbada saiso.
Jama'a barkanmu da warhaka ga fasaran takaitattun labarai mai karantawa Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu. Jami'an hukumar inganta rayuwar jama'a na Abuja wato Social Development Secretariat ta yi nasarar ceto rayuwar wani dattijo da ke son kashe kanshi a Abuja. Wakiliyarmu Ifeanyi Ezumba ta kawo rahoto cewa dattijon ya rufe kansa ne da wata roba domin kada a gane shi a lokacin da yake son kashe kanshi, dalili kuwa ta bakin shi shine mummunan yanayin rayuwa. Tuni jami'an suka yi nasarar ceto rayuwar shi bayan mummunan labarin ya kai gare su. Shugaban gidan talabijin na Abuja Ayo Adewuyi ya jagoranci sauran manyan ma'aikata na hukumar wurin ziyartar kwamishinan 'yan sandan Abuja Babaji Sunday domin karfafa gwiwan aiki tare. Wakilinmu Iliyasu Onotu Yakubu ya kawo rahoto cewa cikin abubuwa da aka tattauna shine billo da hanyoyin kare rayuka da dukiyoyin jama'a ta hanyar hada karfi da karfe da zai sanadiyar cika burin aiki, inda kwamishinan Babaji ya yaba da shirin nan da ake yi a gidan talabijin na Abuja da ake wa lakabi a turance da Call the Police. Iliyasu Onotu ne ya kama na wannan labarin. Najeriya ta bi sahun sauran kasashen duniya domin tunawa da ranar nan da aka keɓe domin tunawa da amfani da hotuna wurin isar da sakonni wato audio-visual heritage a turance. Wakiliyarmu Ifeanyi Ezumba wadda ta yi rahoto ta musamman akan wannan ranar ta labarta cewa yin amfani da hotuna wurin isar da sakonni na taimakawa sosai wa jama'a wurin fahimtar sakonni da ake isarwa a faɗin duniya. Jama'a abu da ya sauka kenan, mu kwana lahiya.
Gị Igbo mụrụ mụ, ọ ga-erukwala ọzọ maka akụkọ ụwa nke taa. Aha m bụ Rachel Ifi Ono. Tọọ ntị n'ala nara ya akụkọ anyị jiri bịa n'uhuruchi a. Ụlọ ọrụ na-ahụ maka mmepe obodo n'isi ala anyị ekwuola na ha ga-agba mbọ ike ha ịhụ na ekpochapụrụ ndị ara ma kwalite ọdịmma nke ndị chọrọ enyemaka n'isi ala anyị. Ifeanyi Ezumba wetara akụkọ na onyeisi n'ụlọ ọrụ na-ahụ maka ọdịmma nke mmadụ site na ngalaba na-ahụ maka mmepe obodo Malam Sani Rabe kwuru nke a mgbe ndị ọrụ ya napụtara otu nwoke chọrọ igbu onwe ya n'isi ala anyị. Ya bụ nwa amadi mekwara ka anyị mata na ha ewetala ikwu na ibe ya bụ nwoke site na enyemaka ụlọ ọrụ steeti Rivers dị n'isi ala anyị. Na iji mezuo ebumnobi gọọmenti isi ala anyị banyere ndị mmadụ ezi mmekọrịta na njikọ aka ọnụ dị oke mkpa ma bụrụ ihe ga-amịta ezi mkpụrụ. Elias Onotu Yakubu wetara akụkọ na nke a pụtara ihe mgbe onyeisi ụlọ mgbasa ozi NTA Channel 5 Abuja Ayo Adewuyi na ndị isi ndị ọzọ n'ụlọ ọrụ ha mere njem nrubeisi gaa n'ụlọ ọrụ onyeisi ndị uwe ojii ọhụrụ n'isi ala anyị Babaji Sunday. Ha gakwara n'ihu kwuo na mgbasa ozi na nchekwa so na ihe ga-enye aka kwalite uto na mmepe obodo. Dịka ala anyị bụ Naịjirịa sonyere ụwa niile n'imerube emume ụbọchị ncheta ihe ndị mere eme na ụzọ a ga-esi chekwebe ya maka ọdịnihu, Ifeanyi Ezumba lebara anya n'ụzọ ihe ndị mere eme ga-esi nyere ndị mmadụ aka too ma ghọta ihe ndị na-eme n'ụwa niile gbaa gburugburu. O kwekwara nghọta na nke a ga-enye aka mee ka anụ ọnụ ndị na-enweghị ike ikwu okwu ma gụọkwa ihe ndị ederede n'oge ochie bụ nke ga-enye aka kwalite amamihe nke mmadụ. Onye ọma na-ege ntị, ọkwa ebe a ka anyị chisara ọwala nke akụkọ nke taa. Chebirikwana anya n'ihe oge anyị chi niile. Ndewo.
iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì Kánò ti ìlú Àbújá ló ń dé sí etí ìgbọ̀nyín láti ẹnu Mobọ́lájí Mátì. Ní ìlànà ìran aláṣẹ kejì fún ìlú Àbújá Ramatu Tijani Aliyu, iléeṣẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè ètò afẹ́ l'Àbújá sọ wípé ìjọba ò ní dẹ̀yìn lórí ìgbésẹ̀ àti rí i dájú wípé àwọn tí àrùn ọpọlọ ń bájà lóríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà kò sí ní orígun mẹ́rin ìlú Àbújá mọ́. Alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Ifeanyi Ezumba ròyìn wípé adelé ọ̀gá àgbà iléeṣẹ́ ọ̀hún Malam Sani Rabe ló sọ àsọdájú ọ̀hún bí wọ́n ti ń gba ọ̀gbẹ́ni kan lọ́wọ́ ikú bí ó ti ń fẹ́ gba ẹ̀mí ara rẹ̀ torí pé ó pàdánù dúkìá rẹ̀ nílùú Àbújá. Ọ̀pọ̀ ìgbésẹ̀ ni iléeṣẹ́ ọ̀hún ti gbé láti kàn sí àwọn ènìyàn rẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Rivers. Ní báyìí ọ̀gbẹ́ni náà ti ń gba ìtọ́jú. Nínú ìrìn àjò ìjọba láti mú kí ohun gbogbo rọrùn fún gbogbogbò, ìfọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ láàrin àwọn àjọ ètò iṣẹ́ jẹ́ ọ̀nà tó ṣe pàtàkì fún àṣeyọrí. Alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Elias Onotu Yakubu ròyìn wípé èyí wáyé bí ọ̀gá àgbà iléeṣẹ́ amóhùnmáwòrán ìkànnì Kánò ti ìlú Àbújá Ayọ̀ Adéwuyì ṣe síwájú ìrìn àjò àwọn alákòóso iléeṣẹ́ ọ̀hún sí alákòóso ọgbà ọlọ́pàá ti ìlú Àbújá tuntun Babaji Sunday níbi tí ó ti mẹ́nubà pàtàkì ìrìn àjò ọ̀hún. Ọ̀gá Sunday bákan náà gbé òṣùbà fún iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí ó ti ń ṣe ọ̀pọ̀ àǹfààní fún ọgbà ọ̀hún àti èyí tí wọ́n ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Bí orílẹ̀-èdè ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ orílẹ̀-èdè gbogbo lágbàáyé fún ayẹyẹ ọjọ́ tí wọ́n yà sọ́tọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọjọ́ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àkọsílẹ̀ àti àwòrán àjogúnbá, alákòjọpọ̀ ìròyìn Ifeanyi Ezumba ròyìn wípé ó mẹ́nubà ọ̀pọ̀ àǹfààní tí àwọn ohun àjogúnbá ń ṣe fún ìdàgbàsókè àwọn ènìyàn èyí tó ń jẹyọ nínú àwọn àṣà. Ètò ọ̀hún a máa jẹ́ kí àwọn ènìyàn mọ ìdí pàtàkì láti máa tọ́jú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ àti àwọn àtàfójú tí wọ́n jogúnbá. Tó kì í dùn kó pọ̀ ṣíun ní ọbẹ̀ oge. Títí ìwòye ọ̀la, Ojúmọ́ Ire ni yóò mọ́ wa.